Omni Knight plus Tusk duo.
Omni Knight Tusk. I'm sure that means a drow.
Up top, LeBron. This could be your first blood, and it is. Van Score gets that last auto attack. Just a bit too far forward as they make that rotation up. First blood is drawn with that Rubik. Just going to head down bottom, and now hopefully supporting this Drow Ranger.
And we have a Naga just pressuring the heck out of top. Rubik goes bot. Got Tusk in the trees. What is Omni doing? Oh, he cut the wave. Okay. Makes sense.
Yep, pretty good for general. That's his level 2. Gets a couple last hits out of it.
I guess the Rubik's job here isn't to kill or anything like that. It's just, hey, if you guys go on my Drow, I'm gonna throw you away.
Yeah.
And that's enough. Somebody needs to be doing that because I think Drow would feed this lane otherwise. Tusk Omni is pretty serious. Good God, that's not a fun lane to play against.
Yeah, I think that's already a lot of pressure, and they'll definitely be able to rotate. You know, you can give Drow a little bit of space and then pick on her in a couple of minutes. Once Disruptor gets, you know, level 3, level 4, killing her becomes a lot easier. But Big Num,
oh, yeah,
as you mentioned, putting some pressure on, will be able to snag that bounty rune. Then he's going to head back up to the high ground. Looks like Lil will do basically the same, so even split on this first set of bounties.
They give so much less XP now on the bounties, but they give so much more gold. So unfortunately, Big Num's only level 1 still, but he's very rich, almost as boots.
Yeah, same deal for the Disruptor though. Also still stuck at level 1. And looking at the mid lane, as you would expect, G and Dendi trading very evenly. Two players.
Yeah,
that
I have no idea who wins this lane actually between these two heroes.
I think you expect it to be pretty even. You know, Viper has. Maybe you would think an advantage on paper, but I think an experienced Death Prophet player can do a lot with Rip Swarm.
Yeah, push out the wave, like harass the Viper a bunch in the early levels and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you can also shred the Viper when you're level 6 on Death Prophet if you get a rotation, I think.
That's
but then
true.
again, the rotation can
down
also
bottom.
happen on the Death Prophet.
Lil maybe in some trouble. The Ice Shards come out to heal from Omni Knight, but Big Num chases him down, and after a Riptide finds the kill. Van Score on the other side, throwing more auto attacks into general, but that beefy Omni will stay alive. 2 up on the board for Gambit. Nice start.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'm like 100% sure what they're going to nerf on Naga in the next patch is going to be Riptide does like 80 damage at level 1. 120 damage at level 1. That's a lot, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot for a level 1 nuke that costs 80 mana.
And it reduces armor as well, right?
Yeah. 10-second cooldown as well.
80 mana, it's ridiculous. Great spell.
Yeah. Although, like 2 weeks ago, we'd be like, ah, Naga sucks. What are you talking about, you know?
Oh, Drow Ranger down bottom. Ice Shards right back into the heal bomb. Might not be enough for a kill, but now the snowball forward. A few more, and they're going to find it. Man, this is a nasty duo. Even at just a humble level 3, 1 point in that degen aura, and it is too much. She just can't get away from it.
Got Tusk Omni. I mean, Tusk feels so strong in pubs right now. Playing the hero.
Dendi in a lot of trouble. Rotation from Naga secures the kill. Denies the rune before he dies, though. So that's a moral victory, if not financial one.
He's feeling pretty good about that. Oh, Viper has a Wraith Band plus a Wraith Band. He's going for the
down bottom.
Kilo.
It's Van Score. Man. Now I want to play this. Omni Tusk. This is a great shutdown lane.
It's pretty good. Any like run at you hero in the off lane plus a Tusk is just insane. I think on Tusk you just sit in the lane that, I mean, this is gonna sound obvious. You just sit in the lane where they can't get out of your Ice Shards, and you just feed off of them. There's so little that you can do because it's basically like a 7-second stun with the amount of time that they have to walk around the Ice Shards, and then you snowball onto them again, and with the Orb of Venom slow, like, you get so many free hits on them, and then, geez, on top of the degen aura with the Omni and the purification, I mean, by the time they get out of the Ice Shards, there's a second purification that's bursting them down.
Yeah. And it also scales very well, right? We'll hold that thought, though, as mid lane. Lil has made a rotation. Dendi sets it up, and now the snowball forward. The Spirit Siphon makes this so easy and makes it an impossible situation for G as well. Nice rotation, and now Navi, 1K net worth in their favor.
And we see that Lil is opting to go for the Snowball Max instead of going for points in Sigil. because I think he's having a pretty good game. So it's like you were saying in the previous series, he thinks that he can do a lot by kind of acting more as like a scaling like nuker, you know?
Yeah.
He's gonna try to put on a lot more pressure.
Yeah, that's the
He anticipates
versatility
he's gonna get the levels.
of Tusk for sure. Puck gets glimpsed back. It's going to be a little too early.
That one's hard to time. I mean,
Yep.
the puck orb lasts for so long.
Good try, though. Pressure on the offlaner. Looking at CS. Well, Puck's not having a bad time, but definitely not going as well as the dual lane we've been hyping up so much. General now may find himself in a sticky wicket. Gets off the heel. Does have a TP, but a couple of interrupts. Now he's going to go for it, and the ensnare is there. This is going to be a kill in favor of Gambit. Nowhere for General to go, and Drow Ranger strikes back.
That hurts because now he can't TP back to the lane. That's gonna really give the Drow a huge advantage in this lane. I mean, Drow might be friggin' level 6 by the time he gets back into this lane. He just respawned, now he has to walk all the way bot. So this lane could have been really bad for Drow, but because of that, the kill and then also the fact that he TP'd, it's gonna get to the point where this no longer can be a snowball lane. I think it's past that point.
Yeah.
Despite it going really well early.
Yeah, that's true. One of the problems for Gambit, though, is going to be this top lane. PA has been left basically unchecked. You know, Puck's gotten some CS here and there, level 5, but really not slowing Crystallize down at all, and he's still a good bit ahead of this Drow Ranger. Omni Knight also getting close to his level 6, so always a point when you'll start to see those rotations, like Omni hold on to that TP scroll and look to TP in to save teammates.
Yeah. That's always a concern when there's an Omni on the enemy team. It's so easy to turn fights. Honestly, that's arguably one of the best things about this hero is that you can... Oh, the missed shards. That would have been sick.
Close. Oh, they might actually try to take a fight here. Telekinesis pulls back Lil, but no follow-up.
Honestly, I feel like General and Lil could have... They're very scared of these supports despite being like super strong. Like Lil's level 4, General's level 5. The supports, I guess it's the anticipation that there's a shrine right there and the Drow is level 6. Like if Drow heads over, ooh, it's not looking good for them. So discipline, but they could have.
Now
They maybe
PA
could have done something.
now with a full Aquila also picks up some infused raindrops, so a little bit harder to gank now. Anticipating that Gambit will probably soon make the connection. We've been giving this PA a lot of space, and we need to start putting some pressure up in this top lane. Maybe knock down that tower so we can limit the PA's space to farm.
Yeah,
Making a
Puck's
pit
almost
stop.
level 6. That's like a perfect time to rotate the. You could probably rotate like smoke the Viper and Naga or something like that. Maybe Rubik and Naga would be enough, to be honest. Like they have a lot of burst, magic burst. I think Rubik and Naga would probably be fine. Naga's just sitting mid right now.
Oh, down bottom. Initiation onto Van Score. 3-on-1. He'll get blocked in by the ice shards, and a purification makes it pretty easy. Drow Ranger just going to hug the tower. Those were Naga illusions down there, so she'll get behind the trees.
Potentially dive. They glimpse the Naga. They know that the Naga can't TP in. Although it's a level 6 Drow. He's...
Yeah, they still have Snowball, though.
It's a hard call. They could TP in the Viper, too. Maybe TP in the Puck, although they know Puck TP top.
Yeah.
They look like they're really considering this. Is Omni going to push the lane?
Didn't skill his ultimate, but they don't necessarily know that. Radiant, they're going to be the ones to drop a scan, and now the TP from Van Score, as well as the rotation from the Naga.
Okay, so they...
LeBron, around the backside, DP has made her way down. This is going to be a full-on fight. There's also a TP coming in from, it looks like the Puck. Everybody except the Viper now has joined this party. Big damage out onto Big Num, but General, he's the one taking it in return. Dendy gets silenced. He does have the ultimate, but still hanging on to it. Now deploys the Exorcism, and Navi are committed to this fight. G has also rotated. LeBron looking for a glimpse, now drops the kinetic field, but he's in a lot of trouble. Puck will jaunt forward, and it turns out to be a disastrous fight for Navi as General TP's out. They only lose one, but considering it was an Exorcism deployed, certainly hoping for more.
That was 5, though. I mean, the PA is still top free farming, and unfortunately, that fight didn't happen on the Siege Creep wave. It's coming out right now. Otherwise, he probably would have taken the Tier 1. But they did all TP. But then again, Naga's TPing top, so... Unfortunate timing, but PA was still free farming during that whole thing. Oh, so
Yeah.
unfortunate. They wasted the DP ulti though. Didn't get anything of it.
Still, Crystallize, he jumps in up top, goes hard onto Big Num, but gets caught by the net. There's going to be Disruptor nearby to help give Vision the glimpse back, and Crystallize will be there to help support the kill that LeBron picks up. Now Lil on his way in as Van score TPs. They might be able to turn on this Rubik, but no. Puck is TP'd in and drops the Dream Coil on 2. Lil trying to wait it out, does throw out the Ice Shards. Rubik steals them, and now Lil is stuck in. He's got no choice but to snowball, and this will certainly be to his doom. Now the telekinesis, and it's a dead Tusk. Noble effort.
The shards. He was just trapped. That's like a 7-second stun.
Yep. And they'll also get the counter ward down, and Observer gets finished. That was a pretty healthy Observer, too, just recently planted.
PA and Drow both haven't moved at all from the safe lane. It's interesting to see this, because most carries, I guess it's the nature of these types of carries, especially the ones that build Battle Furies and things like that. But it's not like, you know, your Gyros and Razors where you, or Terrorblades where you run and you go take towers or whatever. Like, they're really, really focusing on playing that kind of insurance game where it's like, all right, you know, you guys can fight. I'm just gonna farm and we'll win late game.
Oh my, look at that. Ward comes down immediately, a sentry from LeBron, and just finishes it off. That's painful.
Yeah, that's not... Do they have any more wards? No, it looks like that's it. That really sucks.
Snowball forward, right onto the Drow Ranger. There's that burst damage combo, and she gets destroyed. That's it. TP's coming in. The Naga Siren's there. Does not have the ultimate. She's not quite level 6. Oh, wow.
They're really capitalizing on the fact that this Naga doesn't have the ulti yet. Like, she really needs this. They could turn a lot of these fights, or just get out of them, you know, alive if she had the ulti.
Yep.
She's gonna farm that bot, looks like.
Pressure on this tier 1. TP home
Naga's
from
dead.
Rubik. Looks like Big Num does not have a TP. He's got some stick charges, but that is not going to be enough. Dendy's just going to use the ultimate, thinking there could be more enemies inbound. He'll just transition that into a nice, easy tier 1 tower push. But all the while, Gambit grouped up in the top lane, looking like they want to push themselves.
That was some nice stacks in the jungle for Crystallize.
What's he up
He's
to
like,
now?
alright, I'm not... Yeah, there's no reason to stay top. You might see some people in like a pub, they would, you know, a carry would... Oh my god, they double forwarded that tower. How did that... Oh no, that was Radiant, my bad. But you might see somebody in a pub, you know, stay in the top lane and be very greedy, try to pull the creeps off the tower or whatever, but guaranteed that would result in his death, you know, even though he's very, very farmed. And with the...
They might still be able to defend this tower. Crystallize on his way in. They see Van score.
They have good vision, though. Oh, God.
And he gets glimpsed and blocked out by the shards. Definitely a dead Rubik, if not more. The orb flies across, but of course the puck does not jaunt.
Just a Rubik, though, and they don't have a Death Prophet ulti, so puck can actually orb out this top lane.
Yep. And meanwhile, mid, they did finish off that tier 1, so still something for Gambit. Trading Rubik for a tower. I think a trade that they'll be all right with.
I actually think this isn't good for Navi. They, yeah, and they realize that too. They don't even try to push it, because what's the point, you know? They're just losing in the economy game by if they try to push into a puck like that. All they got was a Rubik, so it would be very dangerous.
Smoke up now from Gambit. Going around
really
the Roche pit. Looks like they're headed up to that top tier 1, and they're going to try to make this gank happen on General. He does have drums as well as his ultimate, but a 5-on-1 going to be tough.
He's getting out of there.
Here comes the ensnare. He might still have an opportunity to survive. Don't forget, Repel is pretty handy in this kind of a situation. He will just walk away. Seems they'll be just fine to finish off that tower. Meanwhile, mid, Navi just shoving creeps in. The tower already pretty low, but they will leave it standing for now.
It's such a strange interaction that if you repel after the ensnare, you take it off. But if you ensnare somebody who's repelled, you know that's perfectly fine. That works.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't.
Mid
Naga's
puck.
being in mid.
Wow.
God, he's gonna get glimpsed.
Another easy setup. The Naga gets sent back. Song of the Siren gets turned on, and she goes right back from whence she came. Now Crystallize, though, he gets set up on kind of accidentally, but who's on who? Crystallize going to try to run out as the ensnare flies. Van Score inbound, but Navi have a lot of reinforcements. Ice Shards knock Van Score back, but he's got the repel, so he's just fine.
That's a counter. They're really grouping up. Now they have the DP ulti finally, so they can actually take objectives. it's not such a waste of time in terms of economics on the map. Like they can actually take the tower really easily with this DP ulti. I don't think that Gambit can fight into this. I don't think they're strong enough at all.
Van score already very low. He'll get glimpsed back closer to the tower as Lil comes in, but too much damage flies his way. They go 1-for-1, Tusk for Rubik. Now the puck with a Dream Coil on 2. Dendi getting low, hanging on for now. The ultimate, the GA, it's not enough. General on the run. No option but to put the tail between the legs and head back to friendly territory as he could not keep his Death Prophet alive.
I didn't really expect that. The Drow's actually fairly huge in this game right now. She has, what's the net worth at?
She's on par.
Not doing too bad, but the Shadow Blade, I actually would assume that Drow in this sort of game against a Tusk Omni would have so much less. But she's level 11, almost 12, like that.
Up top,
they're gonna
ensnare on the Courier. That's going to be a kill. Medallion of Courage going to be stuck on the Courier while it's dead as now Cheshire Cat jumps through the tree line, gets glimpsed back in, and they'll find a kill there. Big Num in pretty deep. General with a nice purification sets up another one as they find Vanscore on the backside. Now G completely left alone, trying to finish off Crystallize, but the support is too much. And just as Gambit find a little bit of momentum, Navi stop them dead in their tracks and take it right back.
It kind of seems like the team that's like whoever's side they're fighting on is just winning the fight by like a pretty large margin. I mean, that's even without the DP
dude,
ulti.
Look at the
There's
damage
dives.
done. Omni was the biggest damage dealer in that fight for Navi. 3 purifications, AoE
God.
damage. It's insane. Like, you think of Omni as this kind of defensive support. Oh, he's a healer. But if played properly, that pure damage is absurd.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy actually, thinking that, it's not only did he do the most damage, I mean, he did the exact same amount in healing too.
Dendi in some trouble, uses the Yules aggressively, now turns, drops a Spirit Siphon, and they're going to get Big Num. I think he gets on the other side of the shards with the illusions, but it's not enough. A nice play there, maybe a little bit of luck, but Drow Ranger just TPs out and ends up being another pick for Navi.
They can take this. They can take this tier 1 very easily. Even without the Disruptor and the Omni, they don't need them, I think.
Yeah, double damage on the Omni as well.
And we have the Battle Fury out on the PA now. He's going for Mantis style next. Counter all the silences. There's so many silences, to be honest, on the side of Gambit. And he doesn't necessarily need the BKP yet because they have an Omni. So that makes sense. He's going to speed up his farming a lot too with the Battle Fury. That's one of the things about PA. It's like, sure, he's countered by Viper, but if you get a Battle Fury, you can get so many items that it doesn't matter if you're countered because you have a million gold, advantage on the enemy team. Like,
yeah, it's true. And like a 1-to-1 kind of, he breaks this ability. Yeah, Viper is the counter, but PA, again, to bring up tempo, plays at a very different tempo than Viper. And any kind of Battle Fury carrier always has that potential to just pop off. And if you can get a farming tool, then also still take some fights. I don't know. I feel like Viper falls off maybe a little bit more than the PA when push comes to shove.
I think Viper's a lot like a Razor. He's a little bit better with the new Nether Toxin ability, but he really does fall off in terms of his farming speed. Like, he needs to 5-man towers and fight. He doesn't really farm fast at all, especially compared to Battle Fury PA. I mean, it's going to be so much faster. He's farming an Agent stack as we speak, actually.
Yep, great for Crystallize. He's going to go right into the Mantis style.
Dude, are you seeing this Roshan? They're literally waiting for this sigil. It's been in there for so long, the Tusk.
Huh.
Honestly, it's a very good play because this means that Navi is not going to expect this at all. It's just a little bit. It was a waste of time, but once they kill the Roche, obviously it's not a waste at all.
Well, Ice Shards come in though. Roche is not dead yet, and Navi are starting to rotate. This is getting really risky. Lil is the only one here. Doesn't look like they'll be able to get in there in time. Another set of Ice Shards fly, but a Dream Coil from the puck breaks it up. It's a very scattered fight, but Crystallize goes in hard onto Big Num. He'll get glimpsed back, and Naga will fall before the Song of the Siren can come out. Radiant did pick up the Roshan, and the Drow Ranger does have the Aegis. So even though they do get a pick, Gambit end up getting most of what they wanted there. However, Rubik now gets left behind. He does have a purification, but he will fall, and Navi get 2.
So they got the Aegis, but I mean That's rough, and that's a fight that's right by the middle lane tower too. So they're gonna take this. Without the supports, there's nothing they can do about this. And then they can transition this into a Death Prophet ulti on the high ground, maybe with the siege creep. It's a little risky because they're fighting into an Aegis, but I feel with okay, so the line is being drawn. Actually, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna take this and then get out. So they're gonna look to fight and then potentially take the top tower. Okay, Dendi just got trapped mid. He just got slonged. This is really bad for Dendi.
And up top, Lil, he's in way too deep. He's going to fall back towards the mid. Is it going to be a turn on to Big Num? Dendi looks pretty healthy, but this Naga Siren is in a lot of trouble. Looks like G picked up a double when we turned to this and also killed the Disruptor. That's going to be a tier 2 tower down, and they're going for high ground.
They really didn't expect the PA to stay mid. I mean, as a result, the thing is they lost it. Navi lost a tier 2, and then, dude.
Uh-oh, this is the window. I mean, Drow Ranger doesn't even really have that many items right now, but she does have an Aegis. They lay into that tower, do some chip damage, and Gambit feel it's too risky with heroes respawning, and they make it out.
God. It's got to be so tempting to keep hitting that tower with the Drow plus 2 ranged heroes, knowing that Dendi does not have a TP on the Death Prophet, knowing that the Phantom Assassin also does not have a TP. It's got to be so tempting, but they just did not want to risk it because they have an opportunity right now with this Aegis and with how things are going. They definitely have an opportunity to turn this game, and they don't want to waste it. You know, one more lost fight and they DP ulti the high ground because there's now there's now a tier 3 exposed because one of the tier 2s is dead. So they just run down middle lane, pop DP ulti, they're gonna take it. So they need to be very careful.
Jenkins, there's a Silver Edge now up on the Drow Ranger, so that is another tool to deal with this PA. Of course, Manta style, very, very close, just about 150 gold. So PA maintaining this farm lead that you were talking about that just keeps her one step ahead. But as Gambit gets more tools in their arsenal to deal with these cores, there's always that chance that Navi could throw this lead away. It's good, but it's not insurmountable. Only about 5,500 net worth, 7,500 XP at 22 minutes. That's one team fight for Gambit to be right back in this.
Yeah, that's all that needs to happen. You know, the only thing to worry about for Gambit is that, okay guys, like, we need to take the next fight carefully because they have Death Prophet. So if they take a fight on their side of the map, on Gambit's side that is, and they lose, they're going to lose Arax. Or have to buy back, which is going to make the gold lead even worse. So I think they look to smoke into Navi. I think that's the play, and then they look to blow up either the Death Prophet or the Omni Knight at the start of a fight, and then just ignore the PA, kite the PA. I think that's the play. And it looks like they are going for a smoke here.
Seems like it. They're all clumped up under this sentry ward.
Puck, put it in your backpack, my boy.
Let's see it, boys.
Alright, here we go. So this is really, really... Oh, no, that sucks. They did it on a ward. They know they did.
Oh, there it is. The dire ward. It's right out. They put down a sentry, but then they smoked off the sentry. Oh, no. Okay, Navi, they know what's happening here. LeBron breaks it. He's going to be the target they see. General on the other side. Navi happy just to disengage this for now.
It's so dangerous to smoke it. They know that they know.
Drow Ranger walks up. The silence comes in. Cheshire Cat in very far forward. They kill Big Num first. Now Drow Ranger in a lot of trouble. She's going to go down. Aegis of the Immortal will bring her back up. Puck with a Dream Coil on 4. But it doesn't matter. Now the GA from Omni comes. Drow Ranger comes back to life. A gust, and she will fall. Now the puck gets pulled back in, and it's all Navi all day, baby. They sniffed it out. They baited it out, and they were ready to rock and roll. And it pays dividends here, Jenkins.
The thing is, I like the fact that they took the fight on the side of Navi because now there's no DPLT for taking this high ground. So while they do have the puck and the Drow being dead, which sucks, you don't want your cores to be dead. You want them to be alive.
Well, now here's the real kicker. He had an arcane rune on when he used the DP ult. So
I think he got it after. I think he got it after. So it's not.
Did he? Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, he did. All right, my bad. My bad.
But
still a tier 3.
So they got a tier 3. They got a tier 3. That could have been so much worse if it was closer, though. Like, it could have been so much worse. I think the mistake is still fighting when they know that Navi knows, you know? It's just very, very ballsy. They did go around, and so they didn't walk up the high ground. Like, that was very smart. They knew that they knew, and they just wanted to fight anyway. It wasn't like an unintentional thing, you know? But still, it went very poorly, because it's very dangerous fighting into a team that knows, hey, the enemy team's going to try and fight me in the next 10 seconds, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, now a pretty massive gold lead for Navi, upwards of 9,000. Key items to look out for, BKB on Drow Ranger, I guess, coming out next, probably on the Viper as well. I think for Gambit, they're going to try to avoid fighting until those core items are done. PA on the same wavelength, but much closer. Only a couple hundred gold, and she will have the magic immunity.
Death Prophet 2 needs 1,600 and she'll have a BKB. Despite having an Omni, they're just realizing that the only way that Gambit wins is through the damage of the Viper and the Puck, really. The Drow's not going to do much with the Solar Crest and with the armor and Omni, etc. So, they need to be bursted. If they can BKB, they can just take the easiest fights. They're never going to get bursted.
Cheshire Cat uses his orb. Oh, okay. Thought General might be in a position to see that, but not quite, as the BKB gets delivered on Miss Phantom Assassin.
I wonder what General's next item is going to be. He's got 3,000 gold that he's sitting on. That's 3,000, you know, that's 1/3 of the advantage that's not being spent on anything right now. So it's just a Radiance, maybe? I mean, he could get a Radiance. That would definitely secure the late game.
I was thinking Radiance could be an option.
Lotus Orb, I guess? I mean, Lotus seems fine.
Yep. He
Counter
could.
the silences.
Oh, Vanscore, okay, TP's out. I think I like the Radiance the most at kind of the tempo this game is going. But sort of...
I think a Radiance is okay because he doesn't really need any other items to win fights, so he may as well just get something that's going to secure the late game. If they do lose a fight, hey, they'll still have an Omni Radiance ready to fight when the game is more even, potentially, you know? It's like they don't really need any other items from him. Oh, he's going for a Sheath. That's actually kind of the very similar sort of concept, is that they don't need any other items, so he just picks up the most luxury item possible.
Up top, G in a lot of trouble. No man's land as he tries to get away. The TP home. Not going to happen. Plenty of ways to interrupt it, and they'll finish him off. But it does make a little space for that bottom lane. Puck finishes off a tier 2 tower. At least getting something as the Yule Scepter gets completed for him.
I like that the Puck is split pushing in this game. I think that they should be doing that. Oh god, the Drow got gone on. They're just going to song and get out.
This might be the first time we've seen a successful song from Big Num. Crystallize trying to ride the edge and chuck daggers in, but...
been a rough game for him.
Yeah, this Naga pick has really not worked out the way they presumably would have hoped. And this was a first pick Naga here, and she has felt like a non-factor in a lot of these team fights.
He does have the meme hammer, though. He's ready to go with that.
Does he? Oh, he's got it. Okay. There is a meteor hammer.
Although, hard game for him, man. Hasn't been easy. I feel like this is kind of how the hero works, though. It's either like really annoying or really awful. A lot of heroes in Dota are like that nowadays.
Yeah. It feels like when you play the Naga this style, she's obviously great in lane. We talked about how good Riptide is as a level 1 spell, and Snare is just incredible for setting up and interrupting TPs and all this kind of stuff, but she's only effective as long as you're able to be that bully. And once you get out of the laning phase, you know, who cares that Riptide does 120 damage at level 1? PA's got a Battle Fury, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of a song and a net, and that's it. And
yeah,
for a lot of supports, that's not necessarily enough. Sometimes you need more damage. Sometimes you need more ganking. Like that's oftentimes not enough. And in this game, it really wasn't. I mean, he was getting disabled. He couldn't even use those spells. So, oh, they're gonna just walk into Roche with the Drow and the Naga. I like this play a lot, actually.
Moving into the Roche pit.
With the Puck.
A little bit of cheese for you.
Puck is actually TPing.
Looks like it'll be a free Roche for Gambit. Navi not in a position to contest. And there we go.
PA doesn't even check. They don't even suspect it.
Snowball up onto Van's score. Lil gets pushed back down, and I think he'll be okay with that. The Sigil, though, stolen by Rubik, slowing him down. G going to be the one to grab onto the Aegis. That's the Viper, of course, with a Maelstrom now. And she's ended up also in the hands of the Viper. So there you go.
God, he's gonna be hard to kill. I like the Maelstrom on Viper. I mean, it's building into being more of a.
Oh. You know, the meme hammer is real. He's just sitting there trying to farm some creeps, and Crystallize says, "Well, you're a joke, and so is that item. How about a bash for you?"
God, you know what everybody's doing with this goddamn item now? And this is exactly what he just did. Everybody's just hiding in the trees and cutting creep waves and nuking each creep wave, and then hiding in trees, then nuking the creep wave. It's like, dude, God,
I
it's
guess
so annoying.
the cooldown is perfect for it, right? 28
Perfect.
seconds.
It's absolutely perfect for it. It's a way that you can basically be a split pusher on any hero, especially something like a Treant or a Naga. Unfortunately for him, though, Crystallize is just so huge that he can't even song and get away or anything.
I mean, here we go. This is a high ground push for Navi. And it's pretty wild because they have Aegis and Cheese, but they're going to go right in for it. They know there isn't a glyph. They're going to put Dendi on the high ground, who does have a BKB. Remember, he's repelled right now, so he'll be immune to the song. Now it expires. Glimpse back. Song is down, and now this fight begins. Cheshire Cat dives forward. Dendi uses the BKB, staying alive very well. It's G that's losing the fight. Now Cheshire Cat gets popped. Vanscore, who also falls. Cheshire Cat comes out of the phase shift. He is still alive, but basically a non-factor. G in the front lines can't do anything as General keeps his teammates alive. They go straight in onto the barracks. No buybacks available. And I think this may be the beginning of the end here, Jenkins. That Viper's down for 60, and this base is getting ripped wide open.
Yeah, they don't even need the DPLT. They're going to take everything. Puck's doing what he can, but I don't know, if you're a Puck in this game, there's not much that you can do. He's salving in base. He uses the tome, sorry. People always correct me when I pronounce it like that.
A tomb is what dead people sit in.
Is that?
A tome is a book.
Puck's gonna be pretty dead pretty soon.
Yep, that's a dead Puckarino there. There is a buyback available. Puck will go ahead and use it. Navi still just focusing on structures. Their sustainability is just too much, man. The double Solar Crest lets this PA sit in the front line. She's got Manta. Now the BKB catches a bash on the Drow Ranger. She's got Silver Edge in one. Eats the cheese, but it's just not going to be enough. Snowball forward. Drow dies. Now she'll buy back. Even if they hold here, the economic damage is immense. A dagger gets tossed, finishes off Vanscore, and now they dive onto Big Num. He's going to drop the Meteor Hammer. It's big, it's bold, and it's laughable. GG is called, and it's Navi that take game 1 in 33 quick minutes.
Wow. Hey, at least he killed the Tusk with the Meteor Hammer right at the end. He got 700 gold for it.
Well,
Force the buyback. That's a play right there.